What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we have a special one. We have Kayla into this video, my girlfriend, as some of you guys don't know, but she's pretty excited about this video. This is her new 2011 Hyundai Genesis Coupe. And as you guys can see, it's gonna need a lot of love. This thing we've had for some time now. It's been sitting in the background of a lot of videos where I'm sure some of you guys have noticed that this has been here. Some people even thought this was my car. This is not. This is Kayla's car. And there's a lot of backstory to this thing. So we probably got this car a few months ago, and it's been sitting for before we even got this thing. So who knows how long it's really been sitting. But there's a lot of good parts on this thing. It's tastefully modded on the outside, but what's really important is under this hood. Interior really isn't that bad. It's pretty dusty, but he left a lot of junk in here. I don't even know where the thing is, even though I have one of these. Left us some Coors Light, just some garbage, and it's pretty dusty in here. The interior is actually in pretty decent shape, honestly. Just needs a good vacuum, shampoo, get all the nasty out of there. And a lot of junk in the trunk. Just, it's a mess, I feel like, back here. It's missing some panel pieces that should be in here. As you can see, it's all droopy. So I would assume they used to have subs in this car because there's all kinds of speaker wire back here. Front bumper is definitely gonna need a new one, which she's already knows. As you can see, it's broken. And this is where the goods are. So I'm gonna go over a full parts list at the end of the video, so if you guys wanna hear that, stick around. And I'm gonna talk about the whole list that we were given of what's done to this motor. And I have pictures of it being built and everything, but there's still just one problem with it. So now that we got the outside all cleaned up, it's looking pretty good. It's probably the best it's looked in a very long time. We did a wash in a clay bar and wiped it down with some ceramic coating. Next up, we're gonna tackle the inside. As you guys saw, it's pretty dirty in here. There's a lot of stuff they left in here. It just needs swept out. It actually doesn't smell that bad in here, but maybe a little air freshener. I think these seats are a job for elevated detailing.
Yeah.
We had to give Brett and Kyle a call because there's just gunk in them. This one's not too bad, actually.
There's some gunk in the back, gunk in that one.
But yeah, this stuff is not coming on. Like, this has some crusty stuff in the seat. But other than that, like, the interior is actually pretty clean now. These gauges are actually pretty sick. They're all like digital gauges. It's time to get into the part where you guys, I'm sure, have all been waiting to hear what's done to this motor and how much horsepower is it making. Before we get into what's done with the motor, I'm just gonna highlight a few prime build pieces that the previous owners had. And both there's two oil catch cans, and both of them are like completely filled. Like when you turn the car on, it just kind of spews oil out through them. But there's just a lot of stuff that like just it should not be the way it is. And I don't work on motors. I've never really dived this deep into how deep we're about to be diving into this thing. But it's just gonna need a lot of love in here. There's just a lot of, I would say, half-assed things done to this engine bay. But I know she's excited, as you guys saw. She wanted to be the person to clean it and make it her own, because this is her first car and she's gonna be bringing it along. We're gonna be building this on the channel for all you guys. So if you guys want to see it, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. So a little backstory on this car is one late night, I saw it on Facebook Marketplace and I saw the list of what's done to it. I figured it was a good idea, so we went and bought it, and I think this car's been passed along 3 different owners, and the dude that built it actually isn't too far from here and somehow ended up almost down in West Virginia. Somewhere along the lines, the car did get blown up. There's something wrong in the head of it. We're not quite sure, but we're gonna be diving in it and taking you guys along. It's gonna be new to me. I've never dove that deep into a motor, but it's definitely gonna be worth it once we get it running. So for the engine, we got the Manley 86mm pistons, Molnar rods with ARP rod bolts, ACL standard size bearings, ARP main studs, ARP head studs, OEM head gasket, GSC S2 cams, SuperTech standard size valves, BC springs and retainers, OEM valve seals, new oil pump, new timing components, all new gaskets and seals, Megan Racing motor mounts, and then the transmission is a 2014 transmission with 30,000 miles on it, competition stage 2 clutch with lightweight flywheel, Megan Racing trans mount, and Diaqueen fluid. Never heard of it. It's probably too expensive for me. Then the turbo and fuel setup on this is a genuine twin scroll Garrett GTX 3076R with the TR51 mod. And it is pretty crazy. We've had this car started. We try not to start it as much as we can. Has a turbo blanket, Blackwork Racing twin scroll manifold, dual tile, 38mm wastegates, treadstone intercooler, tile, the blow-off valve.
I got a jack final plug and you didn't even notice.
Oh, I was in the zone. I was reading.
Like fluid hit me in the face. And you didn't even notice.
Not bad. FIC 2150cc injectors, DW40 fuel pump, custom fuel return system, which I'm kind of curious based upon the work what he means by custom. Aeromotive 1000 FPRs and 3.5 bar map sensor. And then the ECU is on a Haltech Platinum Pro ECU, flex fuel tune for 93 and E85, 27 PSI on 93 and 35 PSI on E85. Rolling launch, custom button at 45, tuned by Alpha Speed. I'm trying to get in touch with the person that tuned it. So far, not any luck. And then the wheels are 19 by 9.5 and 10.5 in the rear. Varstun ES2, and they're powder coated metallic black. And the tires are 285/35 in the rear and 255/35 in the fronts. And Federal tires. It's the factory Brembos, just powder coated and drilled and slotted rotors. And I don't have any proof of it at all, but I was told that this car made 600 of the wheels on the dyno. But that's with no dyno sheets to prove it. But that's what I guess the original dude that built it told the dude. So it could have been screwed up along the lines. But based upon what's done to this, I'm just going to say it's pretty close to that. Maybe not exactly, but it's definitely close to it. If not, maybe we should try to aim for the 600s. If it's not, I feel like it's pretty doable on this setup. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is going to be the end. And hopefully you guys all liked something new, not Stance. So it's going to be new for all of us. And I can't wait to get into taking this thing apart and just finding out what's wrong with it and rebuilding it, getting it back to roadworthy, and have that thing ripping again. So if you guys are new, subscribe, drop a like on this video, comment some things that you guys think we should do to the car, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay Stancy.